Hi, I'm Scott, and welcome back to the channel. I'm a bankruptcy lawyer, and I hate credit cards. I don't think most people should have any credit cards. I've filed over 5,000 bankruptcies over the last 20 some odd years, and it's just too easy to add a little debt here, a little debt there, and the balances creep up to where you either can't make your payments or something happens like a divorce or a job loss that leaves you in a place where you can't make your payments. And I just don't like the idea of giving away your future income in exchange for something now. But if you do use credit cards, you want to minimize the damage they can do or the chance that they can bring you down financially. But before we get into it, if you're interested in making smart money decisions, I would love it if you would hit the like and subscribe buttons so more smart people like you can have access to what I try to teach. With that out of the way, here are 6 things you can do to minimize the risk of becoming one of my bankruptcy clients, and maybe even save some money along the way. Make sure to stay for the last one though, because it's one of those things that a lot of people don't think about and it can kind of sneak up on you. First, stop using credit cards. Don't dig the hole any deeper than it already is. Credit card balances currently run at about $841 billion. Balances have been skyrocketing over the last year since cardholders were able to pay down some of their credit cards with stimulus money. But with the loss of that stimulus money combined with inflation at 8.5% right now, that's about the highest level in over 40 years, consumers are charging like they've never charged before. 2, don't carry a balance on high interest rate cards. Only use the cards with the lowest interest rates. According to the Federal Reserve, about 53% of all credit cards carry a balance, and the average annual percentage rate for all cards is 15.13%. But that factors in credit cards with a 0% APR. For only interest-bearing credit cards, the current average APR is 16.65%. For new credit cards, the average interest rate is 20.82%. So, if possible, only use current cards that you may have. Don't get any new cards to charge on unless it's a balance transfer card, which can have a lower interest rate, at least in the beginning. 3, never be late with your payments. This means you won't get charged late fees, which can be anywhere from $25 to $50 each time. Credit card delinquencies are on the rise. The number of accounts that are at least 30 days late is 1.73%. That's actually a historically low delinquency rate, but it has risen 3 quarters in a row. For comparison, delinquency rates during the Great Recession were about 7%. On a personal note, I will say that was a good time to be in the bankruptcy business. Anyway, most creditors are willing to change your due date if it better fits when you get paid, so you can do that as well. Basically, being late with your payments is just wasting money. Don't do that. But it gets worse. Credit scoring company FICO says that if you're 30 days late with a credit card payment, you can expect to lose between 17 and 83 points off of your FICO score, and 27 to 133 points off if you're more than 90 days late. Don't do it. 4, never make the minimum monthly payment. It could literally take decades to pay off a credit card if you only make the minimum payments, depending on the balance and interest rate. For example, if you owe $5,000 at 18% interest, the minimum payment typically is about $76. That would take you 291 months to pay off, and you will have paid over $17,000 in interest. If you doubled the payment to, say, $150 a month, that same credit card would be paid off in only 47 months, and you will have only paid a little less than $2,000 total in interest. That's a massive difference for less than $75 a month. I put a link to a credit card payoff calculator down below in the description so you can put in your own numbers and see for yourself how bad making the minimum payments really is. 5, never get cash advances if you can help it. Most credit card companies charge you a fee for cash advances, usually 3 to 5% of the total cash you borrowed. Also, cash advances typically are charged at a higher interest rate, and it's common right now to charge between 16.99 and 28.99% interest. Also, interest starts to accrue as soon as you take the cash advance. There's no grace period like there is with normal charges. The other thing to consider is that a hefty cash advance can impact your credit score if it raises your credit utilization, which means the amount of available credit that you actually use. The more of your available credit that you use, above 30% of what you have available, the bigger the hit on your credit score. And lastly, the sneaky one, number 6, don't get close to your credit limit. Credit card companies love to charge over limit fees. Even worse, oftentimes I see someone who gets charged a late fee, which puts them over their limit, and the credit card company charges them a late and over limit fee. Also, I've seen credit card companies lower people's limits down to what's owed on the cards, which can result in unexpected over limit fees. Here's the bottom line. If you're never near your limit, you'll never go over it, and the credit card company can't charge you those ridiculous over limit fees. That's it. I'd prefer you didn't use credit cards, but if you do, be smart about it. If you find this information helpful and you didn't do it before, go ahead and smash the like and subscribe buttons and turn on notifications so you know when I post new videos. Until next time, be careful with your money.